don't even know where to start. There's just so much stuff to go through, but let's just start with the DS collection. Hi, I'm Ipami. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I just wanted to chat about my entire Nintendo collection that I still have left and I'm currently sort of building up. We're not going to go through merch or anything like that. I might do that in the future once I have some more build up because I'm starting to gather quite a lot of stuff. I just wanted to go through hardware and software all physically that I currently have for the Nintendo 3DS and the Nintendo Switch. Also in honor of the Nintendo 3DS eShop closing. It's just been on my mind. I kind of wanted to go through it again. I have made a Nintendo Switch physical game collection, I think a year ago or something. So this is kind of like a follow-up as to where we're at right now. So yeah, let's just do it. So let's start with the Nintendo 3DS, and I just realized I forgot to bring in my original Nintendo 3DS, so gotta go get that now.
The next day.
I'm interrupting our scheduled broadcast just briefly to chat about today's sponsor, which is very exciting. So today's sponsor of this video is TEMU. So TEMU is a shop with really affordable products, very cheap. I love it. And you have a wide variety of products. You can basically go here and get whatever you need, but there's also lots of gaming related stuff. And you also get 30% off if you are a new user, making these products even cheaper. There's this adorable gaming headset, for example, definitely a must have. If you know me, you know I love kitty headsets. So this is one that I really like the look of because it's also pink, but you can also get it in black and it looks really nice. And of course, your cute gaming space cannot be complete without cute plushies, which they also sell a lot of adorable plushies on their websites, such as Kirby plushies or other cute characters. There's also really cute Pokemon themed storage options, such as this really adorable card holder for your TCG cards that's also Pokemon themed. I love this one. Definitely have my eye on it. But definitely the main attraction of this video, and one I have a special code for as well for you guys, is the Nintendo Switch. So they do actually sell Nintendo Switch on this website, and it is already cheaper than at usual regular retailers. It's already around $300, but I have a special code for you guys that they gave me for the Nintendo Switch OLED or OLED, so the best model in my humble opinion. So if you use my code, your Nintendo Switch will only be around $265, and then if you're a new user, the 30% off coupon still applies, so you get that 30% extra off, and then you can get this Nintendo Switch at a huge cheap discount. I will put my code on the screen for you guys so you can check it out if you want to, and I will also leave everything linked in my description box down below. So yeah, feel free to check it out. And TEMU, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate it. All right, so starting off with my original 3DS in this filthy looking cat case that I was obsessed with because I have the very old blue one, and I never really liked having the blue one, but I didn't really have a choice because it was a gift from my mom, which obviously I was very thankful for and still am. It was very sweet of her, but I was always jealous of my friend's pink 3DS. But I put this case on, and the funny thing is I found this random website from Asia, I think, where you could buy this case, but you couldn't pick which one you wanted. So I wanted basically everyone except the black one, but I got the black one and I made my peace with it. It's cute. So this is my original 3DS. She still works, but she definitely, I don't know if you can see like fingerprints, of course, but there's definitely a lot of scratches on here. She's been through it. Played a lot on my 3DS. Absolutely love the console so much. So yeah, that's my original one, and also where I played most of my games on. I have some physical games on here that I don't own digitally, and then I have one more 3DS console that I actually got very recently, about a month ago. I got this new Nintendo 3DS XL Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer Edition. I've always wanted to have the Animal Crossing themed DS, so I was on the hunt to get one. There's three as far as I know. There's this one that I currently own. There's also this beautiful, I think, 2DS XL one. And then I also do love the original 3DS one. I don't think that was the new Nintendo 3DS XL. So that's why I decided to go for this one, because I could find one in like basically just perfectly new condition. I did also like that it's the new Nintendo 3DS because I'm actually playing on this. I like also am using it. It's not just for collecting purposes. So I do use my amiibo cards in here and it's just way easier. So this one is stunning. I also really like that, like obviously it's white. Okay, it's kind of hard to focus. But then I also do really like these little colored buttons on here. It's so pretty. Amazing. So yeah, this is another one in my collection, and honestly like my prized possession. I love it so much. And honestly, for a console that I love so much, I don't think I have that many physical games of it. I think it's also because I was a kid and a teenager, so I didn't have the money or the means to collect as much. So of course, I do have Animal Crossing New Leaf and Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer because I'm a huge Animal Crossing fan, and I was ever since I first got the 3DS. So yeah, these are some of my favorite games. Physically got them. Happy Home Designer also came with a pack of amiibo cards, which at the time I was really happy with. Then I do have quite a lot of Pokemon games because I love Pokemon. So I have here, in no particular order, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I have Pokemon Sun and Moon. One of them probably belongs to my boyfriend. I don't really know. Then I also have Pokemon Ultra Sun. And I also have Pokemon Y from Pokemon X and Y. I know for a fact I have Pokemon Black and White, but I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. I lost it somewhere. So that's it for my physical Pokemon 3DS games that I own. And then I have two more Legend of Zelda games. So I have the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and I also have the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask here. And for my last physical games that I still have the case of, I have Mario Kart 7, classic, love it so much. And I have Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I never really got into these games because I'm not much of a puzzle person, but I kind of want to give them another chance and try them out. But this was also a Nintendo DS game, not specifically for the 3DS, so it's a pretty old one. And then I have this case where I keep most of my games in because it was really nice when I was on the go to just take my DS with me and then have all my games with me. So most of these games are just the ones that I showed you the cases of, but I have another physical copy of Fantasy Life that I don't own like the original case of anymore. Love Fantasy Life. Then we also have Pokemon Hard Gold in here, Pokemon Pearl as well. Like, I don't have the cases for either of those anymore. Pokemon Soul Silver, Animal Crossing Wild World. We also have Pokemon Platinum version, and I also see Pokemon Ultra Moon in here. So I don't believe I have that case anymore. So there's just some more games that I own that I don't have the physical cases of anymore. I was just young, careless with my stuff, moved house a couple of times, and you just lose it over time, unfortunately. So that is it really, as far as I'm aware, if I'm not forgetting anything, for my Nintendo 3DS/DS collection. Unfortunately, I don't have my original Nintendo DS anymore, but I'm definitely determined to, like, from now on start collecting and saving everything. So now let's move on to my Nintendo Switch collection. So starting off with the consoles, we actually have 4 Nintendo Switches in the house right now between my boyfriend and I, but this is the original one that we have. So this is the very first one. It was very new at the time, the original version 1 Nintendo Switch. And yeah, it's got a cute little froggy case on here. Definitely have some Joy-Con drift. We've already had the Joy-Cons replaced once by Nintendo, but these ones are starting to drift again. So I'm just gonna put on different Joy-Cons if I ever pick this one back up. But this one is more for collection purposes at this point because my boyfriend and I both use a different Switch model now. This one's getting a little old, but I'm never getting rid of it, of course. So basically the story behind that is that I really wanted a Nintendo Switch, and when I met my boyfriend at the time, he surprised me one day with this one because I could never afford it at the time. So that was really nice. So we ended up kind of sharing it because, of course, once Pokemon released, he would really like to play, and I was like, of course, you can just use mine. But then I felt like, he was hogging it a little bit. So he did end up actually buying this Nintendo Switch Lite that is the Pokemon version, like Sword and Shield. So you have like the legendaries, you can't really see them here, and I put a case on here as well. So you have these grips, which is really nice for this Nintendo Switch Lite. It's very light, so you can easily hold it. But this one, of course, with the Nintendo Switch Lite, the issue is that you can't connect it to the TV. You can play on a big screen. So I noticed that my boyfriend really wanted that, so I decided to surprise him with his own Switch. So he now has a like newer version, the one with some updated stuff that I don't have because he always uses it. He's currently using it. So we have another one of that. And then when the Nintendo Switch OLED or OLED came out, I had to get it. First of all, it was wide. I was so like, okay, because I always remembered wanting those special edition pretty Nintendo 3DS ones. But besides the fact that it was really pretty, I also really wanted to get it because it had all of this improved stuff and this improved screen. So I was very lucky, and on release day managed to snag one up very quickly because they got sold out so fast, also during COVID, like lockdown times. So yeah, that's the final console that I have to show you, but this is my main device. I always play on this one basically. All right, then we have some games. So many games to talk about. So I have some in this little case that I'm just gonna quickly show you, but I'm pretty sure I should have all of their cases still. I just have some of these in here because it's easy to take with me when I'm traveling or going somewhere. It's the same thing with that 3DS case. I just have all of my games in here so I can play them. So yeah, I love this case. Always got it, of course, like decorated and stuff. This is all filled with games. So I'm gonna go through all of the games with their cases though, and then I'll check if I'm missing anything. First stack over here, of course, gotta start off with an Animal Crossing game. We have Animal Crossing New Horizons. I actually own 2 copies of this now, digital one and a physical one, so I can have 2 islands. And my boyfriend also owns a copy, so he never plays anymore, so I can technically have 3 islands if I ever want to. Another must-have, of course, for me is Pokemon Violet. My boyfriend has Pokemon Scarlet. Just love the Pokemon games, and this one is actually my favorite. I love it so much. The open world concept just chef's kiss. Let's just actually continue on with the Pokemon games and get them all out of the way. So more chronologically, I guess, we have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So funny story is I got this gifted to me by my boyfriend, and then I decided to gift him the other version. I don't know, just so we could do it. Yeah, this is still like such a fun game and I want to replay it, but there's a very sad ending to the story. We still have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, but the Eevee one, I only have the case. The copy is missing, the actual game itself, and I don't know, for the love of me, I don't know where it went. I really can't imagine having lost this one. I used to own this one, now I just have the case. Then another favorite of mine, oh, I already forgot the chronological order, never mind. It's Pokemon Legends Arceus or Arceus. Absolutely amazing, such a fun game. This is my second favorite. I just really love the open world concept, and I feel like this was the first one where Pokemon really started testing this out. Though I'm also like, it's a spin-off, different team, I don't know, but definitely worked. So they did it for the main game too. Medieval, sort of like Japanese feel to it, so awesome game. Then we have Pokemon Sword and Shield, which I haven't even played that much of, just never picked it back up again. You know, might be a replay in my future. Next up is 2 games that I haven't played much of, but I might really want to play more of in the future. First one is South Park The Fractured Butthole. I liked it, but honestly, I've kind of grown out of my South Park phase. I used to really like it when I was like a teen, in my early 20s. I'm still in my 20s, but I'm just not that into it anymore. But maybe I might just pick it back up again for nostalgic reasons, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. Like, I want to keep it in my collection. Then I have one that I was very excited to pick up at some point. This is Final Fantasy X and X-2. This is like a remaster. I really liked it, but then I got stuck at this mini game and I never picked it back up again, and then I never felt the desire to, because every time I kept thinking about that annoying mini game. But I think I have to, because Final Fantasy is just so good and I love Final Fantasy 14 online, so I just have to play more of the games. But yeah, in my collection. Next is a game that I recently picked up on sale because it's a little bit older. Well, I say recently, but it was like, yeah, last year. And it's Fire Emblem Warriors. So I really want to play more Fire Emblem games, but this is more of a spin-off. So it's more of a hack and slash kind of thing, which was really interesting. Since I wanted to play the classic Fire Emblem games, I put it down, and I'll show you in a second why. But yeah. Then we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I played a lot of when it first released, but I haven't played any of the DLC, but I really want to, because all of the tracks look so fun, and I do also believe they brought back some of the old tracks, which is really good for my nostalgia. And then we have this fun little game called 2 Point Hospital. This is the Jumbo Edition. Again, bought this when it was having a huge discount, and in this one you build your own hospital and manage it and try not to have too many people die, and they all come in there with like very fun diseases. Next, we're coming into my discovering JRPGs and otome games. So definitely this stack will have a lot of those. Grabbing some more games that I kind of forgot I had before we get into all of the RPG style games. So I have this one that I got from my mom. I wanted it because I got very nostalgic. It's Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. I used to play this on a DS still, and I remember really loving it as a child. Unfortunately, when I picked it back up, it got me really nauseous. On the Switch, it was a bit too intense and wobbly, but I want to give it another try. Maybe I was just feeling a little sick that day, but I got a little motion sickness from it. Of course, can't forget Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This was one of the first games that I got for the Nintendo Switch. Still have not finished this one, but I have played it for like 40 hours, so I feel like at least I got a good look at this. I streamed it for a while on Twitch as well. It's just sometimes gets a little bit overwhelming, and every time I try to get back into it, I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm at, so I feel like I want to restart again. But yeah, I have this one. And then I forgot another Pokemon game. So I have Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. I was really excited to see that they had remade a Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which I think for a lot of people from around my age, it's one of their favorites because it's the first one they probably played by themselves when growing up. At least that was the story for me. I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite. I'll start out with the Otome games that I own physically. So the first one, again, another Christmas gift from my mom, is Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth. I do believe this is the first one in the Code Realized games. There's several like spin-offs and DLC and stuff. This is like a steampunk otome game. So otomes are basically like visual novels with a big romantic element. So you can romance different people and follow their roots and just kind of like see their story and all of that stuff. And usually the choices you make form the outcome, whether you get a good ending or a bad ending, and also whose route you end up on. But I always follow a guide. So yeah, first one. Then we have Pio Fiore Episodio 1926. I think this is a sequel and I own the first one digitally, but I wanted to get this one physically because I found it discounted and it also came with these cool character cards. I'm not going to show all of them, but that's what they look like. And I was just like, oh, cool. Let me go grab the physical one then. And so I still have to play the first one, so hopefully I'll like this one. Our last Ultimate game was also with that sale. This is Dairoku, Agents of Sakuratani. So the main reason I wanted to get this was because I really like the art and it features like supernatural fantasy-ish creatures, which is always my weakness. So we have this guy with like devil horns, these people with elfish ears. I just really like the art style of this one. Like look at the inside, it's so pretty. I have seen like mixed reviews of this one, but I usually really like fantasy themed stories, so I think I'll really love this one, but I still have to try it out. All right, down to the RPG. So the only like Atelier game I have physically is Atelier Sylvie 2, which I'm kind of sad about. I wish I had more of them physically because I love their cases so much. This one also came with a cute little poster, which I didn't know when I bought it at the time. I'm still playing through the first one, so this will have to wait. I haven't played it yet. Then another Christmas gift from my mom is Fire Emblem Three Houses, so that's why I put Warriors down, because I was like, okay, let me go get that actual Fire Emblem experience, like the normal one with the tactical strategy battle turn-based stuff, you know, and all of the story that comes with it. And this one immediately stressed me out because you had to pick a house and there were so many different things depending on, like, the whole story was going to change depending on what house you picked. So that gave me some stress, but like I really enjoyed it as far as I've played it. Then we have 3 more games that I haven't even touched yet. The first one is Persona 5 Royal. I just heard so many great things about the Persona games, so I just wanted to pick this one up. I have not played any of the old ones. I really like the art style, and one of my colleagues at the time I was working with, he like loved this game so much that it also inspired me to pick it up when it was on sale. Then I also decided to pick up Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I owned the first and the second one digitally, and I just decided to pick this one up physically. My whole collection is just a big mess at this point. This one obviously haven't played yet. I only recently started playing the first one, so have to wait a while. Okay, last game I own physically, we have the Caligula Effect Overdose. This one I actually got because I think Food for Dogs recommended it in one of her videos. I'll leave her channel link down below if you want to check it out. I always love watching her videos, and she always plays a lot of JRPGs or RPGs in general. I usually get a lot of great recommendations from her. I'd never heard of this one before, so again, I put it on my Christmas wish list and I got it from my mom. I think this also has to do with like Freudian psychology a lot, and that's really all I know, and I just again love the art style for this one. Look at that, so pretty. That's why I wanted to have it. Ooh, okay, there we go. That's it. This is such a long video, but that's my entire collection for the Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo Switch, like physically, hardware and software. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I don't know if it was a bit niche. I just really wanted to kind of talk about it and go through it. It was really fun for me as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, make sure to subscribe if you want to. You can also find all of my social media linked in my description box down below, as well as my Discord server, which you're very free to join. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.